Hello, everybody. Welcome to the D-Pad. I'm Rick. This is our August, end of August, I guess, Patreon hangout. I feel like it's always kind of confusing because we talk about stuff that's going to be happening along with the stuff that's already happened. So I feel like doing these at the end of the month is always a little bit confusing, I guess. I don't know. I normally would put the lights that are right here up. I have a green light on this side and a pink light on this side. And I normally would put some lights up here to better light my face, but it's so horrifically hot in here today, even with all of the ACs and fans running. And I figure this will be a nice way to relax instead. So, but yeah, hope everybody's been doing okay. I mean, it would have been whoever was around for it. It's been tricky getting a hold of folks for recording for this summer. It usually is. During the summer is always kind of tricky because everyone's got their plans. But now we've got that in addition to everything that's going on out in the world. So it's been kind of a little bit rough in that regard. But yeah, so for anyone who hasn't caught up, we finished the story in Sonic 06 today. But we're not done with Sonic 06 just yet. I know very little about, so I guess a spoiler for what's happening if it wasn't clear from the episode for today. But we're going to be covering the Team Attack Amigo DLC for Sonic 06. My understanding of it is it's basically a mini marathon of 7 stages with different characters. And then a boss battle, but I don't know how thorough the actual levels are. If they're full-scale levels, if you can save in between levels, I have no idea. So, it's probably going to be... I don't even know. I really don't know. My guess would be, between 1 and 2 weeks would be my estimate. I would like to say 1 week, but who knows for sure. But yeah, so that's kind of where Sonic is at the moment. And then we can finally move on. We've been doing Sonic 06 this entire year with some hiatuses here and there, but we're at 81 episodes, which would have been a good 4 months, even with no breaks at all. And, the state of the world has meant that we haven't really been able to get uninterrupted weekends of stuff. But yeah. 7 stages and different characters in a boss battle. It really is. I actually, when I was doing a little bit of research on it ahead of time, because I was aware of Team Attack Amigo, but I wasn't familiar with it myself. I've never touched Team Attack Amigo. I don't think the DLC was out when I initially played the game myself. And the description that I got, I saw the description, and then I saw the number / selection of stages, and I was like, so is this just a second last episode? But you don't play as 7 different characters. You play as 3 different characters. You play as one of the alternate characters from each of the 3 stories. Off the top of my head, I believe it's Tails, Omega, and Blaze. I don't know why they chose the 3 of them. I don't think I would say there's anything in particular that connects the 3 of them together. So I don't know. I don't know if there's any even vague attempt at a cutscene thing going on there. If they just dive right in, I'm assuming they just dive right in. But yeah, I guess we'll kind of see how that goes. I don't even know when it takes it. I think it's just essentially a non-canon thing. I was gonna say I don't know when it takes place. I don't think it matters when it takes place. I think it's just a collection of weird stages with different characters and going with that. I really don't know why. I don't know why they decided to add that. I don't know if the 7 stages that they have were stages that they wanted to include into the main game but ran out of time. Because I want to say, was it this game? I think it was this game. I feel like in Sonic's story, you do Wave Ocean. You play it as Sonic as his first level, and then very late you play it as Tails as well in the same story. I think, right? Am I crazy? I think yeah, no, because he's got a See, now I don't remember. Now I'm wondering if I'm just misremembering and thinking about the first stage and Tails being in that one also. But regardless, I'm curious how that's going to go. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I'm excited though. I think it'll be. Isn't that part of the same level? So it's definitely part of the same level. I just don't remember if it was the same, like, run through of the stage. I could have sworn there was one instance where we had to play the same stage twice in one story, but it wasn't the same stage. It was like two different like missions through it. Like maybe that's the idea. Same mission, different story. I don't know, because there is Shadow and Silver. Their stage is mostly overlapped when they go to the past. Yeah, Sonic is trapped. Tails needs to hit the button. Yes, I thought that there was more. I thought there was another instance where Tails needed to go on his own for the stage, but Shadow and Silver in the Desert Temple. Is there a Desert Temple? There was Aquatic Base where the two of them are. They kind of have like one combined level, and I think that's the only one where you definitely have basically the same thing twice, but they're in different stories. See, now I don't remember. I thought we even commented on it, but I might be misremembering or something, but the base was underwater, but I don't remember it having any underwater mechanics. I think the idea was that the base itself was just underwater. There were a bunch of, because the dolphins were on the outside of the glass, and we were making fun of that at one point. The one with the big mercury balls that you have to like run on and stuff and all of that. I think Knuckles helps Sonic in his story for that or something, but they're there in the present, not the past. Sonic 06 is such a mess. I'm so glad that the game decanonizes itself. It just writes itself out of existence entirely. Which, bold move if they thought the game was going to be successful. Smart move if they thought it didn't. If they thought it wasn't. In the end, it was, oh yeah, I mean, maybe Team Attack Amigo is just us trying to get across town so we can go to the CVS and get them one. Who knows? We'll have to find out. But yeah, so Sonic 06 is obviously winding down. Yeah, Crisis City is in Sonic Generations, which obviously, in the sense of Sonic Generations being a, I was going to say cumulative game. That's not quite right. Mashup, sort of. I don't know, but like, it shouldn't be there at all. Like, Crisis City itself shouldn't exist, because Crisis City is just the destroyed Soliana. So Crisis City literally shouldn't exist in Sonic Generations at all, because that future doesn't come to pass. So, I don't know. I mean, it's the question of when he needed the Benadryl. If he's needed it since the festival, he could be in real trouble here. But yeah, so Crisis City we'll be seeing again in the future for Sonic Generations, which is still a ways out, but that'll be actually really interesting to cover a second time, because we covered that back in 2012 on the channel. And I was familiar with the game up through Sonic 06. But then anything that came after that, I think there was the I don't even know the name of the area, but it looks like, I guess, Greece more than Soliana's Italy. But it's got the track that like that, bit. I'll remember it later. Someone in the chat can correct me, but that one's in Sonic Generations, and I knew that one was from Sonic Unleashed, but I didn't know anything about it. Same thing for Planet Wisp, I think, is in Sonic Generations, and we haven't played Sonic Colors, and we won't be playing that one for a while, even though the new game is coming out, or is out. Is Sonic Colors out at this point? I know. The animation is out, but I don't know if the game has been released yet. Spagonia, Apotos. It might be Spagonia. I'm trying to remember. I mean, I don't think that was the name of the level, but Sonic Colors is the 5th. Okay, so that's coming out quickly. Okay. It's French-inspired? Wow, okay. I don't know why I was thinking Greece. I don't know. I think maybe my wires get crossed a little bit because Soliana, being pretty visibly based off of Italy, definitely has a few similarities here and there. But no, actually, I played Epic Yarn. I believe we played Epic Yarn. We played Epic Yarn. We played Extra Epic Yarn when it came out, more or less. It was close to, because the next game we were going to play was just regular Epic Yarn. So that lined up really nicely. Sonic Colors is still a ways off. Like, that's a decent that's a decent while away still. Yes, we are going to be doing Deep Head and Chills for was it Rise of the Wisps? Whatever the animation is called, the Sonic Colors animation, which has voice acting this time, I believe. So that'll be cool. Including some voice actors who haven't been involved in Sonic in years, which is doubly neat. Was it Kate Higgins, I think? One of the voices of Tails or something, who returned for this. But yeah, so that'll be a good time there. Rise and Fall of Whisper Woods. I'm actually gonna move. No, I'm gonna leave that there. I was realizing it's like, when I'm looking at the chat, I guess I'm looking directly in the camera, and then I'm looking at me. I'm looking sideways, and it's a very jarring kind of thing there. But yeah, we'll be finally moving on from Sonic 06 after 8 or 9 months in the coming weeks, so that'll be pretty cool. Tails' voice since Colors. Oh, okay. All right. I might be thinking of somebody else then. I forget who was that when it was the brothers? Did Tails in the Wham ending of the movie? Oh, yeah, probably. Actually, that'd be interesting because they didn't have Roger Craig Smith do it for the movie, though he might have sounded a little too old for Sonic. Sonic seems to be going for like a younger kind of thing in this one, and oh god, I can't remember his name, the one who's voicing him for the movies. Definitely gives him a bit more youth to his voice. Oh my god, it's so hot in here right now. I can't even tell you. But yeah, Sonic's gonna be moving on. I'm really excited. It's gonna be nice to. It's weird because like this has been such an event, Sonic 06. It's been such like just a big piece of the channel for so long. Ben Schwartz, that's right. Yes, it's been part of the channel for most of this year, and in a lot of ways, I believe it's probably likely to be basically the midpoint of the Supersonic Let's Play. Not in terms of numbers of games. Like, we definitely have way fewer than half of the games that are in it left to go, but the games generally get larger and denser over time. Sonic 06 being kind of an exception. I don't think... maybe Sonic Chronicles might be bigger, but I don't think anything else is going to be quite as huge. Maybe Sonic Rangers will. I don't know what that's going to be, but nothing that's come out since is anywhere near as dense. So I'm expecting that we're now entering into the second half, which isn't saying much since we've been at this for about 5 years. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm expecting that we're around the midway point of the Supersonic Let's Play. We've reached our checkpoint. We need the little signpost, a little doo-doo with the little spinny ball thing on there. Get our stars spinning around there. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Is I was looking forward to Sonic 06 for so long because I knew years back that we were headed for it eventually, and that when we got there, it was going to be fucking hilarious. And it was going to be filled with so many bugs and so much jank and so many mistakes, and the plot is so fucking ridiculous. And we got like 2 episodes in, and Jeff was like, "I swear, if these two kiss, I'm gonna shit." And I was like, "It's gonna be a fun ride." To be clear, I had played Sonic 06 when it came out, so I was very familiar with like the overall structure of the game and all of that. The individual moments of the game I definitely didn't remember because it's been 15 years, but as far as stuff like that, like, oh, this game will write itself out, and she totally, tongue boxes him, were known to me coming in. So yeah. I don't know if there's been any that have been quite so desperate on the commentary side of just like, Christ, no, this entire time. But yeah, what's coming. So I don't want to get into exactly what's coming up because there's a couple little surprises here and there as we go. But I don't know. We have an interesting mix. Sonic Unleashed, I think, is our next core title, and there's a handful that come between here and there, and there's going to be some decent stuff. There's going to be some bad stuff. There's going to be some spin-offs. There's going to be some little unexpected things here and there. I think it's going to be an interesting mix. It's going to feel a bit like where the Mega Let's Play has kind of dove into for its own post-game. where there's just kind of this really random sort of selection of stuff going on. And I think that'll be nice though to get kind of a diversity of like what kind of games we're covering on that side of things. I think it'll be fun. Yeah, Sonic Rush Adventure I've never played, but I've always wanted to. As someone who likes Sonic Rush a lot, I've always been curious about it, but never really found the time. And I figured, yeah, that's probably just taking a look at what's left between the games that I have played and haven't played. That is at least going to be the second best of the games that we play between now and Unleashed, not counting Unleashed. I have pretty high hopes for that one. Oh boy. Yeah, we got some interesting stuff in there. Some things that might require a little bit more of a deep dive on the story side of things, and some that are going to be very I'm curious to see what people's reactions are going to be to some of these. So, it'll be a good time. Yeah, the bad guy is basically evil cat pirate Eggman, I believe, for Rush Adventure. I forget what his name is. It's not Eggman, and I don't believe it's Eggman Nega either. It's some other guy. Captain Catbeard. I don't know. Captain Darkheart. I don't know. He's an evil pirate. But yeah, that's going to be pretty cool. I'm really excited about it. Excuse me. Yeah, it's going to be so strange coming out of Sonic 06 because now we've got this entire new... At this point, basically, Sonic 06... The next game that's coming up for us is Sonic Rivals. I've played Sonic Rivals and I've played Sonic and the Secret Rings, and that is basically it. From here until... Well, I played Sonic 4, Episode 1, and that was a whole thing. Sonic 4 and Sonic Generations. So I basically didn't play Sonic games for like 4 years because I was so horribly disappointed by Sonic 06. So we're about to get like a lot of games that I don't know a single thing about. So that's going to be exciting. And I think that'll be a fun kind of change of pace for things. But yeah, enough about Sonic. We've got plenty of other things to talk about. Thousand Arms, we're going to be recording some more Thousand Arms this weekend to get going into that again. We're about 2/3 of the way through the game. Captain Whisker. Okay. All right. I was close with Captain Catbeard. We are about 2/3 of the way through the game. We're probably going to wind up with around 100 episodes in total. One of our folks might be changing their hindsight game, which is hilarious because we've already recorded a handful of things for theirs to start with. So that might just be its own separate thing. Anyway. But Thousand Arms should be coming back this weekend. We have actually finished not even last weekend, 2 weekends ago. I just didn't put any up the previous week because that was still part of my vacation. We finished Resident Evil Village. Boy, oh fucking boy. If you are following that game along with us for the first time, like you haven't played the game yet, be prepared. They throw some crazy fucking shit in these last handful of episodes. The last like 4 episodes are all just this nonstop roller coaster, and I don't even mean just like holy shit, you guys, the boss encounters are crazy. I mean like the story that they get into is fucking nuts. Once we were done, we turned it off and we just sat and talked for like half an hour because we were still trying to piece stuff together. Like that's where things are kind of at here. But Village is complete. Actually, hang on one second. Okay, just remembering whether or not I sent a message, but I didn't, and it's good because I just remembered a follow-up that I would have sent if that was the case. Was the talking on mic? Some of it was, but after we turned off the recording, we kept talking about it because we were. It would have felt weird to just sit there on the title screen and theorize stuff. We were kind of just following up on stuff we said on mic, so you really didn't miss much. But yeah, we finished the main game. We're gonna be checking out the Mercenaries before we move on to the next game the next game that would have been coming up in Let's Play Dead if we hadn't had Village. So yeah, I enjoyed the ending of Village, but I was not ready for it in several ways at once. Yeah, we didn't cut off the episode. Like, I'm gonna have to edit the last like hour and change of this series all in one go because we didn't make cuts. Normally we like sign off and do a greeting at the start of episodes, but we didn't because we literally couldn't tell when the game was going to end. It kept seeming like the ending and then more was happening. And we were just so zoned in on all the weird shit that was going on that we were like, we just got to keep going. But yeah, that's going to be a fucking ride. I hope people are ready for that. This week, we have about 2 more weeks of Resident Evil. So I thought about it, but it's just like, are people, I mean, yes, but I was like, are people really going to want to sit through basically just to keep the ending, which does have, like, I think it's the last 3 episodes, and it's probably about, are we really dropping frames right now? Great. The last 3 episodes are like, they have very distinct points where they would obviously cut off. Jesus Christ, why does this keep happening here? Unbelievable. Well, that's not good. Can you hear me still? I think the audio normally still works here, but for some reason the video gets all fucked up. Yeah, I still don't know why that happened. This only ever happens on YouTube, I've noticed. This has never happened on Twitch. We've had a couple weird blips on Twitch, but we've never had this kind of weird graphical mess happen on YouTube. I have no idea. I can see it on the side. I'd pull up I'd show you, if I had a mirror, I could show you guys what I'm, well, no, I can't because you can't see me. I could show the camera as this is recording and if I just decide to upload this, but oh boy. Okay. I mean, I guess I'll continue in the meantime and I'll just keep an eye on that. Oh, it's so spooky and weird. I still don't know why it does that. It's so odd. Like it looks like it's trying to receive like 10 times as high a bit rate as I'm sending. So that's not good. Yeah, honestly, like, if we had a means of doing private Twitch streams, then I would probably be doing the Patreon Hangouts there, just because it's more reliable, and because, generally speaking, these aren't ones that, need to be on you. Like, some of the Let's Plays that I do for streaming will wind up on YouTube. I guess not so much anymore, but, like, Pikachu wound up on YouTube, and that was just fine in general, but, like, if I could do a private Twitch stream by invite only, then I would probably do these there, just because it's more convenient also. It's just a better setup overall. But yeah, I guess I'll continue, and hopefully the graphical errors will resolve soon. Oh yeah, I guess I skipped over the most important one, which is the games. The games have come and gone. How did people like the games? I had a blast with it. It was absolute hell to organize, but I had a lot of fun doing it. It seemed like a lot of our competitors had a lot of fun doing it. We had some great commentators. We had some fantastic commentators that really, like, saved our bacon, because some of these were on such ridiculous short notice due to how late we were recording a bunch of them. Like, recording the footage for a bunch of them, so I couldn't even send things off until I had some of those. But also, like, they did a great job. Huge shout out to Retro Trigger and Tori, C-Dude, who might be in here tonight. I don't know if I saw him in here earlier. Hyper Mode, Teddy, aka Evil Hippie, Ape Arcade, Born Losers Gaming, our buddy Ian over there. Retro Roulette, Katie Bairstow, and Ian Hanlon. That was really awesome to have them for, God bless them, 2 really difficult things to commentate over, and I think they fucking nailed it. Lady Selah, Gameface Max and Lynn, and then I guess myself for Sonic Mania. That was a fun one to do. But yeah, that was it was a pretty good time. I enjoyed it. For the most part, it would have been, like, I agree, like, I would love for each of the videos to have wound up around half an hour-ish. But some games, like, there just was no meaningful way to pull that off. Like soccer, we could have done 3 games, I guess, but I wanted to try to do the soccer one, football, the football one, in a similar way to how it's handled during actual like online competitors and stuff. I guess it's true. Yeah, it is Ashley. She opted to go by the Lady Selah, so I wanted to make sure that she got credit the way that she wanted. As well as Hypermode being our own Dave, not Jeff's brother Dave, but my college buddy Dave. But yeah, soccer wound up being a long one. Baseball also wound up being a long one. And I don't know how well we would have been able to avoid that realistically. And then the marathon was obviously a really long one, but that's kind of an expected thing there. Yeah, the stream is acting up. The video codec is doing some things. Goat is in the other room making a mess. Hang on one quick sec. I'll be right back. Okay, I've returned. I've been moving some things around in here because I've got more space to work with now, and of course Go just climbing on everything and knocking stuff over, so that's not a good time. Oh boy. But yeah, the games were cool. I hope people enjoyed those. They weren't really meant to take up as much of our recording time as they did. Organize the actual like pre-organizing of everything wound up taking a lot longer. We had some slowdown in various areas, so we weren't even able to realistically record until like 2 weeks before the events were supposed to start. So it was definitely a bit of a rough go in getting some of those things done, but we got through it. I think everything wound up being no more than a day late. I think we had 3 events go up 1 day late, which all things considered is pretty decent. I was really getting worried for a couple of these things that they were going to go up like 1 or 2 were going to get delayed by like a week. So very happy we were able to get everything up pretty damn close to when they were supposed to go up. We were trying to time most of these events to go up the same day as the gold medal events. The gold medal events in the actual sport event that they were inspired by. But yeah, so that's the thing. We didn't put everything else on hiatus. We didn't record as much stuff for sure. Besides that, but we definitely had some other series that were going on, and then the time after wound up being a little bit more recovery. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Recovery time for me, because I was literally spending basically every waking moment for about 3 weeks almost exclusively working on the games, and my brain needed a break pretty badly. So Zelda and Sonic was definitely the bulk of it. I thought there was 1 or 2 other I think Resident Evil was also in there for at least some of it, but regardless, I hope everybody had a good time with that. There was some good stuff, a lot of fun, a lot of good notes, things to keep in mind for the future. Oh my god, give me one more second, guys. Oh my god. All right. Anyway, Go just is dead set on being the biggest pain in the ass today, so apologies. Let's see. Zelda. Speaking of Zelda, actually, yeah, we finished off Zelda's Adventure and have therefore successfully beaten every single Zelda game. It took 8 years with, varying hiatuses between the two flagship portions of the series, but yeah, we finally got there. We've beaten every Zelda game on this channel. It's the first franchise that I think we've beaten to completion, where that was the stated goal. I'm sure there have been 1 or 2, other things that are there, but Zelda Second Quest is going to be coming, assuming we're planning a little something. Hopefully we'll be able to pull it off on Sunday, but we should be seeing episodes of those starting on Monday. And yeah, we've been playing those for a while. I literally had the song that we used in the trailer picked out before we even went into the A Terrible Fate mode. I was hanging on to that one for a while because I figured if nothing else, if we didn't do A Terrible Fate, we would come back after a handful of years and do Second Quest as like a 10th anniversary or something like that. But yeah, so that should be starting up on Monday. And when that is done, that is it for the Legendary Let's Play until Breath of the Wild 2. I don't think we're going to be covering the DLC for Age of Calamity. I'm not expecting us to anyway. If they come out with something that's like really surprising, then maybe. But I'm not expecting that we're going to probably wind up doing that. I have a couple like notes and things that are written down that are like less spoily, as far as at the very least how to locate dungeons, because they are in some really bizarre places. They're in some places that you would just never think to look for dungeons. Beyond that, we're going to start by stumbling through for normal, and then we'll see how things go from there. I want to play it as legit as possible. I have always been someone who is very opposed to just playing a game for the first time with a guide. We'll pull stuff out if we get stuck, but I definitely don't want to have my nose in a guide for the entirety of that. So, yeah, and that was kind of the idea too for Second Quest, was like it was something that I figured would make a really good bookend for the whole series. Starting and ending with the original Zelda felt right. I'm curious if people noticed the other bookend that I slipped into A Terrible Fate as well, but it's already out there. It's already visible if people know where to find it, but it is there. But yeah, so yeah, it was a very like weird ending with Zelda's Adventure, so I figured it would probably make sense to doubly so to end with something a little bit more interesting than that. Not that the CDI games aren't interesting, but a little bit more like standard fare, I guess. So that should be a pretty good time. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. I think it'll be good. It'll be good for some memories as well. And then the Legendary Let's Play will revert to a once in a while series. Whenever there's a new game, we'll play it. But otherwise, the Legendary Let's Play sleeps forever once we're done there. So I guess we'll see how that goes. Yeah, we're having some weird like video codec thing. This happens to us a lot with YouTube, but never with Twitch, and I really don't know why. Yeah, the stream's current bit rate, it seems to think that I'm sending stuff at 23 megabits per second, which is insane. Like that's a just completely ridiculous like rate for that. For the record, I have it set to 8 megabits, not 24. So I don't know why it's freaking out like this, but oh well. I did see that joke, yes, from A Link to the Past. So that was hilarious that it was timed that specifically, because that wasn't really like the plan. When we did the original Legendary Let's Play, that was definitely just a joke. And then when we started doing the just kind of bonus stuff, I started thinking about like, it'd be kind of nice to do Second Quest at some point. And then when we did A Terrible Fate, the plan from the start of it was we were going to end with Second Quest regardless of whenever it happened to be. Like if it ended in December, we'd be doing it in December. If it ended in March, it'd be in March. It happened to be wrapping up in August, so I was like, all right, I need a little bit more breathing room anyway, so we'll make it 3 a week. We'll end it right on time for that, and then we'll have Second Quest starting up in August of 2021, 8 years. It's literally going to be almost 8 years to the day from that joke, because I think that joke was like about a month in. So September 2013 to August 2021. But yeah, so there we go. Maybe we'll finish Second Quest 8 years to the day after that happens. Oh my god, this video looks like junk on the YouTube side of things. Holy cow. Yeah, this should be recording a local version of it that I'll be able to upload after the fact. So this will go up later than it normally would. Actually, no, that's not even true because usually these go up 1 day later. So that'll be plenty of time for this to go up. So anyway, Mega Man. I still have an episode of Rockman 8 FC in my back pocket. John is planning to be here this weekend, so I believe we will be able to restart that series. So that should be going up on Monday. In addition, so folks who are, you guys that are here right now and anybody after the fact who is curious about it, who wants to go to patreon.com/dpadfm to join in on these hangouts. We also have our recording schedule calendar thing that lists stuff that we've recorded that's going to go up and like what days they're planned for, or videos that we're planning for or otherwise have a slot for but we haven't recorded yet. We also are going to be doing Mega Man X Dive, and my plan for that is we're going to record them whenever we can in general, same as Rockman 8 FC, but we're only going to be putting up Mega Man X Dive videos when we don't have standard Mega Man weekday videos to put up. So if we miss a week, or if we just only have like 3 videos to get into a week or something, then there'll probably be a Mega Man X Dive video to take its place. So I feel like that's kind of a decent way to. Also, frankly, I don't want to waste too much time getting into Mega Man X Dive because it took forever and a half for it to become an option, like in a more legitimate way in the States. And also, it sounds like it's really struggling on the Western side of things, both in terms of numbers and also like apparently it is just swarmed with bots. There are tons and tons of Link Farm bots just overrunning the chats in the English side of things. So we won't be engaging with any of that, but I think we want to get in there while we still can on the off chance the game gets canceled. Because, mobile games tend to come and go fairly fast if you're not paying attention. So, so that's how we're going to handle that. So we won't have more than one Mega Man weekday video, but we should have 5 a week going forward, at least until Mega Man X Dive is done. Kirby, we're going to be coming back to Planet Robobot. Hopefully we'll be coming back to that this Monday. We're planning to record it. This weekend. There was a glitch in our downloaded version of the game that has been fixed. I can confirm that the thing that was crashing stuff before is no longer crashing it. So we have the remainder of Meta Nightmare Ultra? No, Meta Nightmare Returns. I forget if that's what this one's called. I think it's Meta Nightmare Returns. But yeah, that'll be what we're coming back to. We got some modes to finish out. And then we'll be moving on to a handful of download titles again. Do I have my list in front of me? Where's my list for that? Wow, the list is getting real small now. Download title, and then we'll be swinging back into Star Allies. So, yeah. Kirby is kind of in this weird spot where it's like we're like geared up to start racing to the finish, as it were. But it's all a bunch of like awkwardly sized things that I don't know what to expect. So we're just gonna see how that plays out. But yeah, so yes, the true arena is more than likely gonna be held off until later. I think for Robobot, we're probably just going to do Meta Nightmare Returns and finish off Team Kirby Clash, and that's probably gonna be it. And then we're gonna move on to the downloaded titles. But yeah, so I think that's how we're going to be handling that. It's kind of like some of these games are on different grounds. We've made different justifications for whether or not to 100% games on our pass through, just kind of based on a whim. But we will be coming back around to those in a different format after all of these are done. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Pokemon. We have 2 episodes of Isle of Armor that we've had for like a month. I believe Jeff is going to be here this weekend, and if so, hopefully we'll be able to get him and Ben together to get further into Isle of Armor. I don't know how far in we are. It feels like we're about halfway into it, so it'd be nice to get closer to the end of that. I definitely would like to be able to finish Sword and Shield before November. That's kind of my goal. We're going to see how that goes, but here's hoping. Similarly, John is going to be here this weekend, so hopefully we will have Pokemon Sun post-game as well. Finally coming back around to that. The post-game for that is like a handful of battles and not a lot of like actual stuff to do, so it'll probably be just kind of a little podcast. There's going to be a point where John is definitely just going to be sitting there staring at his dudes trying to remember how everything works. But yeah, that should be a decent time. As Pokemon post games go, it seems pretty straightforward. So yeah. Yeah, that's the thing is like, well, my hope is that we won't have any other Pokemon stuff going on by the time November comes around. Insurgents is going back to the back burner. There's just no way that we'd have time to actually finish it off at this point. It's just there's just too much of that would be left. And I don't want to pile stuff on top of Diamond and Pearl remakes when those come out. Yeah. I am sincerely doing my best to try and streamline, simplify, and otherwise clear out some of the extraneous series that have been hanging for a while. So we'll see how things go with that. But once the Sun post game is done, then we're back. We're just down to the one Pokemon thing up until Legends Arceus comes out. And let's see. We talked about Resident Evil already. Twitch stuff. Barotrauma, I think, still has one more episode, one more stream that's likely left. Dave's got his Monday streams back again. Oh, I finished off Metroid Zero Mission. So I'm going to be getting into Metroid Samus Returns on Tuesday, and I'm very excited about that. That's going to be very interesting because we're going from a Game Boy game being remade as a 3DS game. So that's going to be very interesting. And I generally liked Return of Samus. So I'm interested in seeing how the quality of life has been improved from there. Star Force, I believe, is going to be happening. If we've got Jeff, we are going to get back into Star Force and get that moving again. We've just had so many other things happening that were a slightly higher priority. But Star Force should be able to return. Let's see. Oh, Jeff's got his Platinum Nuzlocke streams. Those have been going pretty well. I think he's around a quarter of the way through the game at this point. I finished off Spider-Man and have moved into Psychonauts 2 as my Thursday stream. We had a great first stream for that. So that was a great time. And I'm very much looking forward to doing that. I'm not going to be on next Thursday. I'm going to be away that Thursday night, so I'm going to see. Basically, I'm probably just going to be an alternate for any given night for the next 2 weeks. Basically, if there's a night where someone is supposed to stream and they can't, I'll probably pop in for some Psychonauts 2. The first stream will be going up after this Hangout is over, so it should be up later tonight. So hopefully folks can catch up with that. Let's see. I'm excited for Diamond and Pearl. That's going to be a really good time. If it's anything like how they handled Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, then I'm down for it. And talk to Star Force, Samus Returns. Yeah, honestly, there might be like a decent chance to just kind of breathe a little bit before Dread, which would be good. I want to do some fun stuff for that, so I gotta test a couple things out. We'll see. I might even do a little JavaScript programming in the lead up for it. Birth by Sleep. I'm hoping to have us record some this weekend, especially if Jeff is also around. It's just kind of that like end post game slogness. I don't have space for Recoded in my stream schedule right now anyway, so it's not like the end of the world that we haven't quite cleared that one out. But We're hoping to get to the end of that. I am probably going to start just grinding in Aqua's story fairly soon, off camera, obviously, but just to get her strong enough so that we can at least try the super bosses. Apparently, there's a way to cheese the first one, and you need to beat the first one to get to the second one. But oh yeah, no, that's the biggest trap with fun new games like that is one more thing. The spot that I was at last night for it definitely was like, okay, this seems like as about as good of a spot to like cut it off as I will get. So I might have to go take a look for the manga at some point. A few folks have been talking about it so far. We'll have to see. I have a what if review to do tomorrow. I've been trying to find time for it all week, but I've been busy with a lot of troubleshooting, actually, some technical stuff that hopefully will make sense when some things go up in the near future. And I'll probably talk about it a bunch when it goes up as well. And I think that's it as far as stuff that's coming up. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's everything for right now. Yeah, do you guys have any questions for me while we're hanging out? I feel like we went a little bit. It's weird. I felt like I rambled a lot more than I normally do, but we're still under an hour. So yeah, I'm down to chat for a minute. Oh yeah, Final Fantasy VII. So I don't want to give any definitive answers on that because that one along with someone's favorite Let's Play that we started forever ago, Just Shapes and Beats, just kind of rely on having certain not specific combinations of people, but just combinations of people. And part of the trouble has been John's been very, very busy. CJ, when he's been around, it's been mostly focused on Thousand Arms and Resident Evil Village. Since Resident Evil Village is kind of like the hot ticket that we're trying to take care of while they're still popular and vaguely fresh and stuff. I think with Village now done, it'll be easier for us to get back into 7 and keep that one moving. Because the idea was that we were going to do that as kind of an at our own pace whenever we had time throughout the year, and then we just stopped having people just be around at the same time for months on end. So Final Fantasy VII kind of fell by the wayside. I did see one picture of something from Dread, but I have not watched any of the trailers besides the like reveal trailer initially. I heard there was a second trailer that went up, but I have not seen it. I don't really plan on watching it. I figure at this point, what I know is what I'm going to stick with. And the game comes out in 6 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks. So yeah, it's going to be, on our doorstep, soon enough anyway. Speaking of hello, Jeff, hello. We're starting to wind things down actually. Oh my goodness. Excuse me. 5-3, sir. Wait, what? It's hot up there. So go, yeah, I'm planning on it soon. I am tempted to get myself with one of these right now, but oh yeah, no, the video on YouTube side is an absolute mess. I'm going to be uploading a different version of this for YouTube. I don't know why this keeps happening, but yeah, it's pretty bad. So, I don't know. Trying to think if there's anything else. If there's anything else. Yeah, I think I might call it here. I know this wasn't like a super thorough one for this month. I feel like this month was also kind of a slow one anyway, between the games sort of taking over at the start of the month and then me taking my kind of vacation after that. So expect the next one to be a lot more busy and such. We got a lot of things that are coming back. Looking forward to this weekend and getting a lot of cool stuff in there. And yeah, there's even more Sonic 06 to be enjoyed. So that'll be good. Oh my god. All right, I'm gonna head off. Thank you guys very much for hanging out. If anyone's watching this after the fact and would like to hang out live, you can head to patreon.com/dpadfm to see how you can do that. Yes, there we go. Proper end slate. We did it. It was a good job. Great times. All right. I am gonna head off. I will see you guys later. Have a good one. Bye.